Okay, so let's have a look at how we can work on nested elements. Okay, what I have done is I have created a simple page here. So let me show that page to you first of all. This is nested elements, right? And then we look at an actual Yahoo page automation which I had asked you people to work on. Okay, so let me close this. All this I don't need. Okay, if I go here, it is, if you will see, inside div there is a div, inside that div there is a hello, right? So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'll find this element, right? So let's go ahead and find, uh, I will call it nested, nested, right? And in this nested, I'll remove all this. I don't need all of this. I just I'll remove everything. This URL also I have to change, right? So I will change it to this URL also, and let's start coding, right? So first of all, I'll say by tag name is dir dot find element by dot tag name. What is the tag name? Is div, right? What does it return for me? It returns a web element, right? Web element WE1, right? So this will give me a web element where the div is, if I view page source, this is the outermost div, right? Yeah. Now what I'm going to do is, from this I have to get from this web element, if you will go and look at the documentation, this also has a method called find element, right? Here, or find elements, because that element can have nested elements as well, right? So if I will go here, I can again say we1 dot find element by dot tag name, and then it can again be div, which will give me the div inside this particular div we1. So it will give me web element, right? Web element we2. So this will give me the div inside the div. Similarly, inside that there is one more div, right? So I'm here now. Inside that there is one more div. So from here I'll say we2 dot find element by dot name, and again div, right? And from that I'll say get text, right? Yes, and that text is the text, this text, right? From that web element, or rather let me do it like this to make it simpler for you people to understand. So I will make it we3 equal to, and then this returns a web element, right? On that web element there are various methods, which one of them is we3 dot get text, which will give the text within the inside that particular div, right? Which in this case is hello here, right? So I can say string s equal to, and then I can go ahead and display the value of sys out of s, right? So let's try to run this program. Right click, run as Java application. Yeah, so there seems to be some error here. Let's see what is the problem. Okay, so this should have been tag name, right? I mean, by mistake I made it name. This is a tag. Div is a tag, right? It's not a name, but it was a tag. So that is a mistake I did. That's why it was giving error. So right click, run as Java application. So let's see how it works. So it launched the page for me, and then here it gave me hello, right? Now if you want to look at a more difficult example, so let me first close all these browsers. I'll close this, I'll close this, I'll close this. Let me go to Google, and from there I'll go to Yahoo registration, TRT, right? Now if I'll go inside here, if you want to look at this, uh, maybe you are looking at this gender, inspect this one, right? So if you will go here, this is input tag gender, right? uh, Okay, so if you will see there, you can find a div with this ID maybe. Inside that, you can say driver dot find element of UL, and then inside that there is an element by LI, right? So within a web element, there is a web element. Inside that, there is a web element, right? So that way you can go within inside this, right? Now in this case, if this UL, this is an ID of the UL. If this is unique, you can directly get the UL, and from that UL, then subsequently you can find the LI. So when you say driver dot find element by ID of this, right? So you will get this whole, this entire UL, which inside contains or in turn contains LI. So you can say web element dot find element by tag name element or elements. If you say element, it will give you both the LI, right? Yes, no. Okay, so that's the way I just explained to you. A simpler example, same concept you can use here as well when you're working with the nested elements, right? Okay, so for this one, a better option might be to go for XPath. That is something which we are going to discuss in some time. Okay, so first of all, you can find gender with the XPath. Click on that. So once you click on that, it brings up this element, and then you can find the element XPath, female element XPath, and then try to see if you can access that element. Okay, so let's try to do it with the makemytrip.com, for example. Makemy.com. For example, if I go to this website, right, if you choose date, if you click here, it brings up this pop-up, right? So then you have to choose one of this element. It is something of similar sort, right? So I will give an example to tell you how we work on this one, so that maybe that is something you can use in the example which you are trying to do. Fine.